It is Beats Masters back on the Pipe Bomb Wrestling Report, the 5th edition, baby. So get ready. I got some great news for tonight. Somewhat anyway. Like I always do, this is a show where everything can be said, anything can be done. Just remember that. There's no rules on the show. Just like I've been saying for the past year. Oh, past couple months. Well, let's begin here. Let's begin talking about Monday Night Raw. What a boring Monday Night Raw was. I mean, I just found it so weak that I didn't even watch the whole thing. I watched the main event, which was Zack Ryder and Cena against Truth and Miz, which they lost. And I thought that was probably a boring match. But I gotta say one thing, they made the CM Punk thing more interesting now, thank God. With Alberto Del Rio for the WWE title, because I was starting to get very bored of that match. They're now, I mean, I love CM Punk, but Alberto Del Rio wasn't really doing too much. Yeah, he's been getting more in action, but as far as like trying to build the match up for Survivor Series, I mean, not really that good. And we're going to talk about Survivor Series in the broadcast. 2 more matches have been added to the card. Of course, Triple H and Nash, that's probably going to have to wait. That's going to suck because I don't even know why they want to wait when it's the 25th anniversary of Survivor Series. But anyway, well, let's talk about SmackDown now. SmackDown matches on the card for Friday are these right here. And it looks good too. I'm going to be watching this one better than last week's. Randy Orton will take on Wade Barrett. Sheamus will take on Christian again, which both should be great matches. And that leads to the Survivor Series match I'm going to be talking about in a little bit. Ted DiBiase will take on Jinder Mahal, that jackass. Rematch with the world champion. Daniel Bryan takes on Mark Henry again. That's not going to be a good match. It wasn't last time. It was a squash match. I mean, that was probably one of the more boring matches I've seen in a while. Because Daniel Bryan just got his ass whooped. And I never thought I would say that, but he did. Big Show will take on 3 enhancement stars. Whatever that means, I don't know. You have to tune in Friday. Hanako and Ipico will take on the Uso brothers. That's the new team of Primo and his cousin, I believe. And Alicia Fox will take on Tamina. So it should be a very interesting SmackDown this week. But let's get back to Raw from then. Next week will be a 3-hour Monday Night Raw. Can't wait. It's the return of the great one, The Rock. And I can't wait because he's going to teach John Cena a lesson. He's going to show John Cena why he is the great one, in which I believe anyway. Anyway, let me talk about the dark match if you don't mind. Dark match, I don't think you guys care if I say because it's a dark match, a SmackDown. It was Sheamus, Randy Orton, and Big Show. They beat it up Cody Rhodes, Christian, and the world champion Mark Henry. And this is so funny. Booker T was supposedly the special referee, and Randy Orton did a spinneroonie. I can't see Randy Orton doing that, but he did. And get this, so did the world champion Mark Henry. He tried attempting it. That's got to be funny as hell. 400-pounder guy doing a spinneroonie. Well, for his troubles, he got RKO'd by Randy Orton. So that was the end of the match on that one. Randy Orton's team won. So that's the spoiler for Dark Match of SmackDown, in case you go and see it. Hope you're not mad though. Anyway, some interesting news in the Hall of Fame. If Tatanka got ever called for Hall of Fame, he said he want nobody else better than Ricky Steamboat to induct him because he was so great in what he did in wrestling. And I agree with that. I think that would be a great move from Tatanka, if they ever call him, of course. Also, how about this one? I knew Sin Cara may be getting some help finally. According to sources, WWE hiring new Mexican star Alberno, his name is. And he might bring him in as Sin Cara's partner, taking on the team of Hunico and Ipico, the Primo people. Yeah, the Primo people. So he might have some help finally, so that should be good. He needs the help. Miscellaneous news here, kind of important news over TNA. We'll jump to TNA real fast before I go back to WWE. TNA has made a deal, if you can believe this, with WWE's OVW, where they train wrestlers to be coming out of OVW to become stars. Well, TNA has came with a deal, and apparently talent will soon be in OVW and is selected by Bruce Pritchard. Everybody knows who he is. He trains people for OVW, and He's cool with WWE and all that, so came to a deal with him, and now TNA's wrestlers as well as WWE wrestlers will be training at OVW. Should be interesting. Also, there's another interesting note here. Back to WWE, Sean Waltman, everybody knows him as X-Pac. He will be hosting a Royal Rumble party on Saturday, January 28th, at 6 to 8 p.m. in Europe, at the Europe nightclub. That's what he calls it. And it'll be downtown St. Louis. And you can follow his wrestling. You can follow him on mywrestlingparty.com. You can go on there, see it. And apparently, I guess the winner or something, to be throwing away some tickets for the Royal Rumble. So that should be interesting. Look more into it. Again, it's myparty.com. Alright. mywrestlingparty.com, sorry. Anyway, I'm going into more news here. Gonna give a main. Now, this should be great. I didn't see this porno yet. I'm looking forward to seeing it in the future. You know, I don't watch porn like that or anything. But, you know, for all you people who love China out there, China is apparently getting from the Flesh Bot, they call them, they're going to give China a mainstream to porn crossover award for her vivid movie Backdoor to China. Anybody who saw that movie, I heard some good reviews for it. I saw a trailer for it. That's all I saw. I didn't see the movie yet. She can't believe it. She says she's very excited about it, and she'll be given the award in New York City on Friday, November 11, 2011. And she says she's happy about her transition from wrestling to porn. So there you go. WWE, she has no regrets. Triple H, she has no regrets. I guess she likes getting done. You know, can't say no more. I don't want to get myself in trouble here. So, Chris Jericho also, I have some news for him, big news kind of. He said that right now he is not going to be coming back to wrestling for a while, and he says that CM Punk is more popular than John Cena in some nights and thinks that he will be the next big star here. But he says anybody can become big right now. And I agree with him on that. He mentioned names like Mark Henry, for instance, who's doing a good job right now. He mentioned other people such as R-Truth, who's been doing a good job right now. And there's a couple others that I forgot. But anyway, bottom line is Jericho saying that he's not coming back. He says next year he might come back, but it depends on his schedule, because he says right now he's touring the world with Fozzy, and he has really no plans to come back to wrestling unless he has a really good idea in his head. So, sorry, if you want to meet Jericho, you're going to have to meet him somewhere else. And he's saying that as far as the Royal Rumble goes, he has no answer for that right now. So, there you go. We'll see, though, because Royal Rumble's always full of surprises. So, we'll see what happens. And also, he says he'll come back when he wants to, but right now he's working on projects. And here we go. Dolph Ziggler. Now, here's the matches that were signed, of course, for the Survivor Series. Let's get into that real fast. Before we get into anything else. Dolph Ziggler will take on Zack Ryder for the United States Championship. So, Zack, you won your stupid petition. I kind of knew he was going to win it anyway, so... He gets his title shot, and he's probably ending up winning this time. I got that feeling in my gut that they're going to give it to him for some reason. And also, of course, Team Orton versus Team Barrett is added. I'm going for Orton, and that whole team is very good with stars. So, Orton, I see your team winning, man. Barrett, you just don't have the goodness of some stars on there like Randy Orton does, so I pick Orton. Also, but it's still looking better than last year's Survivor Series. Also, the King of the Ring will hit stores December 13th, North American stores. I believe that's around here, in December 13th. And I would say get yourself a copy, because I read the content on it. It looks really good. I mean, they forgot to add some great matches on there, but otherwise they added every other match on there that I think I would put on a King of the Ring DVD if we had to. So they're going to put all that on there, so that's good. Tonight I will also give my Turning Point results for this Sunday when Turning Point review comes. When I will be on after the pay-per-view on Sunday, because I'm going to go and see it somewhere. But other than that, I'm going to give you my predictions tonight live here at Pipebomb Wrestling Report. But right now, Shad Gaspard also, this is very interesting news to me. Shad Gaspard, for people who know who he is, on Crime Time, he says that they asked him about John Cena. He says, well, John Cena is well, I thought he was referring to him as a backstabber in a way because he didn't want to say it out like that, but that's the way I took it when you mentioned in the interview. He says Cena is Cena, and he says that if he ever had to go to war, he'd pick Randy Orton because Randy Orton's a chest stabber, and he says there's a difference between chest stabbers and backstabbers, and he said that Randy Orton is definitely a chest stabber. So whatever that means, I didn't pick it up. But my thought was, in the end, that I think he meant something like, well, Cena is maybe a backstabber, which I never doubted. For those people who believe in him and all that crap, I think he's a dick when I met him. So I think Triple H is definitely nicer than him when I met him. So that's just my opinion. But he says he would like Randy Orton on his side if he had to go to war instead of Cena. So I found that kind of interesting. So to throw that note out there. And it's coming from Shad Gaspard, who I don't think he's even with the WWE anymore. But anyway, moving on here real fast. Kurt Angle news here. This is kind of very interesting to me. Kurt Angle is very lucky again, that son of a bitch. He's a very lucky son of a gun. Because remember a couple months ago when I mentioned, before I started doing this show on the Wrestling Commentary Central, one of the groups on Facebook, I mentioned that Kurt Angle got in, I think it was for DCL, I believe, for some drinking problems that he had on the road, and he got in an accident, and the cops pulled him over, and they took him to court, and they said that he was going to probably go to jail and all, and this is the time Kurt Angle still had the title, but now, apparently, the attorney did not believe Kurt Angle what he was saying in the statement, saying that he was texting somebody about the payment of that night for the match that he did, and he says that's when he was swerving on the road. And to get this, the judge. Sorry, I'm starting. I just came back from work and now I'm very sore right now. Angle will not lose his license. First of all, because the judge agreed with him on everything, even though the district attorney didn't believe Angle, he had the judge wrapped around his little finger, because Angle will not lose his license, and he will not serve any time in jail. So there you go. Congratulations to Kurt Angle, staying on top of this and getting out of that, like the man he is. Time to go to the Olympics and finish up that hamstring that he's got a problem with. Also, there's some other news here. Henry Godwin, remember him? 1995-96, former wrestler. He's hospitalized for a car wreck in Linside, West Virginia, and they said he's very in critical condition right now in ICU. So let's pray for him. Hope he get better. Hope he come out alive. And I'm serious when I say that because I love wrestlers. I don't like what they do to themselves. I hear about all these deaths all the time with steroids. I hope that don't happen. Also miscellaneous news, Jericho turns 41 today. Happy birthday, Chris Jericho. Y2J. And then Maurice also making her first appearance at a Wrestle Reunion convention in Los Angeles, California on January 27th. A place that I've been, a place I don't mind going back, so you never know if I can get the money ahead in time. I might go and see him again, because apparently the stars are going to be there is worth it. I mean, you got Rick Steiner, the Steiner brothers, you got Vader, Tommy Dreamer, just to name a few, Kevin Von Erich, Kevin Sullivan, and also Nitro Girl Spice. How about that? I haven't seen her in many times. But real quick here, going on the line here because I'm running out of time all of a sudden. Here's my predictions for Turning Point. Crimson versus Matt Morgan. I've been wanting to see that match for a while, but I think Matt Morgan will finally defeat the unspoken Crimson. I'm going to have to pick Matt Morgan. I like that guy. Rob Van Dam versus Christopher Daniels. I'm going for Rob Van Dam. TNA title, Velvet will retain, I believe. Bobby Roode versus James Storm. If that happens, I believe Bobby Roode will somehow come up with a retainer there. And then Mexican American versus Ink Wolf win, and Jeff Hardy will win against Jeff Jarrett. Thank you. See you guys later. Have a good night. Thank you.